24-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So possession goes over here on the punt. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Looking long for Thomas. It's caught at the 10. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Michael Thomas, 51 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Seahawks nothing.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's going the other way. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, and it's caught. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley there to make the grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
No, sir. No, sir.
And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Nothing. Morton Anderson to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Lockett the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now, second quarter, you're losing, you're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, he'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing again, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Good. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
It's nothing. Morton Anderson to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Lockett, the return. And he returns this to the 22.
Lockett on the return. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
Lattimore there defensively.
Wilson now, the throw on third down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Complete.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson, and his throw is incomplete. Will Disley, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Complete. Brings up third and 5.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
It's a foot race. The 30, 10,
it's over.
and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff. You don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And his kick is good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Alvin Kamara who led the way in that first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
On the carry.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 5 at the 26-yard line.
On second down now, it's Carson. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for Tyler Lockett. Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
It's taken to the 26. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
At their own 40.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's got room. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the a touchdown.